My humble pranams, the divine lotus feet of our dearest Mother Sai. My humble pranams to my parents, without whom I'm not here. Sai Ram to all of you. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity to share my precious moments with Swami and also all the experiences I had during my medical camps and so forth. And really, I'm excited to share all those moments with all of you. The topic for the day is, as Brother Greg said, is Antharyami Sai. And also, I would like to thank all the Vedam chanters. It was beautiful Vedam chanting and beautiful bhajans. I really loved it. Thank you so much for the introduction. The Antharyami Sai, the topic actually, when I was asked to speak in some of the centers, I wasn't quite sure whether I'm eligible to do that. I just wanted an approval from Swami. So I was just asking Swami, and one day, and during one of the bhajan session in the retreat, my inner voice very strongly said that Antharyami Sai, Antharyami Sai. So I said, okay, Swami, that's very apt. So we always have to be connected to the Antharyami Sai, who's always present in all of us, within ourselves and in all of us. So that's why I chose this topic. Let's go to the next slide, please. So what is the, so I was born in India and raised in Tamil Nadu. And I was, when I was like 7 years old, I was sick. So they took me to a clinic. So this is the picture when I saw in the clinic. So I was asking my parents, like, who is this person? It was like a lover's first sight. So I was so excited to see this picture. But my parents said, okay, this is Sai Baba, but so it's just a magic person or something like that. They just, they took me away from that place. So after that, I never thought about it, but it was always in my memory constantly. So when I grew up, I went to medical school. During the medical school, actually, I did bhajans every day in the hostel. Without my, next slide, please. So without my knowledge, I was doing, I didn't know about Sai Baba, but still I was doing the bhajans at that time. And eventually I got married into a Sai family. So actually my husband's grandfather was a veterinary doctor. So he was, he used to travel with Swami to Mudumalai. He's the one who found Sai Gita as a baby. And then Swami took Sai Gita into his fold, one of the greatest devotee of Swami. So that is how I was introduced to Swami. So when after marriage, we had Swami's picture at home, but it didn't really click with me. So I was going for bhajan very rarely. So all the connections started once I came to the United States. That's when my inner connection started with Swami. Next slide, please. So we moved to Iowa in 2003. So we started coming to the Sai Center in Des Moines, Iowa in 2003. But as I was going, I really liked the bhajans. Still, it was not quite an inner connection for me. But one day, because of the time, I just wanted to say very briefly. One day I was like staying with one of my friend's house. I was interviewing for my residency. So she's a very strong devotee of Swami. In their house, actually, I was just sleeping right in front of Swami's picture. That's what she gave me the bed. And I was sleeping right under Swami's picture. So I had a beautiful dream of Swami, like Vishwarupa Darshan. And I was a very strong devotee of Raghavendra Swami, but there was so many miracles with Raghavendra Swami. So that's why I was so particular that I had to do prayer Thursdays of Raghavendra Swami. Even though everybody will call me for bhajans on Thursday, I said, no, that Raghavendra is my first God. So what happened was Swami came in my dream, and in Swami's heart, I was seeing the Raghavendra Swami. I was like so stunned. So that one moment that gave me the faith that Swami is God for me. So that moment really changed my life, I should say. And one more confirmation also Swami gave, that in Prashanti Nilayam, some of the saints, they came from Himalayas. So I usually check the Prashanti bulletin, what Swami is doing, what is the program in Prashanti, what's happening. That exact day when Swami gave interview for 12 of the monks, so as soon as they entered the interview room, they saw their guru in Swami's heart. So that was like a reaffirmation for my faith, and there is no going back. Swami cannot prove more than this. So that was my the turning point, and that's a wonderful moment in my life. Next slide, please. So coming to Sai Ashtotram, so I was doing my residency in New York. My family was in Iowa, so every month or once in 3 weeks, I come home just for a Saturday and Sunday. Then I fly back to New York. So my flight invariably lands around 11:45. And then by the time I come out and take a cab to come to my apartment in New York, which was in Brooklyn. So every day, every time when I'm in the car, I just chant Ashtotram because it's very scary in New York to coming to Brooklyn in the middle of the night. So lo and behold, one night what happened was the car just stuck in the middle of the road. It was near Atlantic Avenue. I know it is one of the most criminal part in the world. But for me, I was so connected to Swami. I was like, Swami is there. I don't have to worry about it. He will help me. I started chanting the Ashtotram with the book. And this driver was trying to, okay, I'm going to fix the car, ma'am. It's taking time. I'm calling for help and stuff like that. But I was not perturbed at all. It's almost 30 minutes, but the car was not starting. I was like, Swami, I know that you're going to come. So the moment I was like, Om Shri Sai Sulabha Prasannaya Namaha. So one white car came, and I was in a dilemma whether I should trust this or not. But my inner heart really said, this is Swami's car, just get in. So I just got into the car, and that person dropped me in the apartment. And he said, you're doing a good job, so continue to do the good work. I was so stunned, and I asked him, like, how much do I pay for this? He said, no need for any fees. I'm more than happy to help you. Then he dropped me and went. So at that particular moment, oh my God, no matter where you are, we're far away from Puttaparthi, but we are still, when you call with intensity, the Swami within, he comes automatically. Next slide, please. So coming to Swami's interview, this was in July 2009. So we had pilgrimage from Region 5. We were around 370 people in our group. We went for the pilgrimage. So we were at the end of our pilgrimage, and we enjoyed the programs, and there are so many interactions, not at the physical level, at the mental level. We have so many interactions with Swami. But I was so desperately praying for Swami's Pada Namaskar. And I was literally crying, Swami, you're my mother. You cannot send me to US without giving this Pada Namaskar. But the last minute, that night I had my train. But before that, usually it's very typical. A lot of time we all experiences that. So Swami, they just called us for an interview. And the point is, Swami gave the interview. And once I got into the interview room, Swami said like this. He showed his padam, and I took the namaskar. And we all actually took individually pada namaskar. So the lesson I learned from this interview was, so once I took the pada namaskar, we were all seated. So we had one of the family members seriously ill. So I was told that you should ask from Swami if you get a chance to meet with Swami. I was thinking, this is a Lord of the universe. He knows everything. So what am I going to ask for? He knows how to handle any situation. So I was so determined that I am sitting in front of the Lord of the universe. I'm going to pray for the universe. So I started chanting Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu, Samasta Loka Sukhino. That was the prayer that came into my mind in front of Swami. Started chanting continuously. And Swami's chair was like coming, and it just stood right besides me. I was holding Swami's right hand. And I said, Swami, thank you for everything. Swami asked, thank you for what? I asked, thank you for your love and grace. And Swami said, I am within you and you are within me. Why thank you? So that was a very profound message. Like Swami is Antharyami. So he's always within us. So that was directly from his mouth I heard. But only every second, every experience is always within, it comes from within the Swami within us. So as Swami says, constant integrated awareness that no matter where you are, which part of the world, which part of the universe you are, we can get connected to Swami. It is all our faith and the intensity of the prayer. And also we were asking for Swami, please give us a message, take home message. Swami said, fear of sin, love for God, be happy, serve the poor. So these are all very simple words we think, but if you analyze each and everything, it is so profound. If you practice all these 3-4 things, definitely we can reach Swami. So that was the message we had. Next slide, please. So after Swami's interview, once we came back to the US, I was constantly like intensely praying for service projects, and I wanted to participate in service interviews, like a lot of service. My mind was towards service and service and service. But before that, so this was in July, and in October, I was reading Swami's literature nonstop. I was reading with the love man is God. In that, there was one particular incident about a child that was mentioned. So I was thinking, Swami, I wanted to think about you when I die. I had no idea this thought was going on for a week. And I was doing a meditation that day. That was on the 21st October night. I was doing meditation, and I could really see Swami very clearly. And I'm getting a message in the email, Swami is always with you. I was so excited that, oh my God, Swami is telling Swami is always with us. And next day I'm going to work, and I was telling my daughter that, be happy, Swami is always with us. So then the minute I dropped her, could you change the slide, please? The next slide. So so I dropped her and I was going to the hospital. I almost closer to the hospital. Within 2 minutes, I should be in reaching my hospital where I work. It was the red light, it turned green. So it was right of May. It was bright, sunny day in the morning. But I'm going like this, there was a Jeep very fast, which was coming. The minute I saw the Jeep, I know that I'm not going to survive. I closed my eyes and I just screamed, Swami, I'm coming to you. That was the only thing I thought about. And then I don't know how long I closed my eyes. My car just turned almost 180 degrees and hit the post. Except the driver's seat, everything else was shattered. Glasses shattered, and none of the doors could be opened. You could see the picture. The car was completely totaled, except the driver seat. But I was transported completely to a different world, absolute silence. So when I opened my eyes, I could see 2 ambulances. The policeman was right by the side of my car. Then when I opened, I was like, oh, thank you, Swami, thank you, Swami. I was holding my hand like this, and I'm pretty sure I was holding Swami, for no wonder. I was moving my body and said, oh my God, nothing happened to me. So I just got down with a beautiful smile. I was like, oh my God, this is an amazing experience. So I got down, and then my ambulance, the nurses and everybody came, and then they took me in the ambulance because I don't have a car, obviously. They checked my pulse and everything. Oh my God, were you in this accident? Your heart rate and blood pressure, everything is absolutely fine. I said, of course, you saw me walking out of this car. And the lesson is, when this thought was going on for a week, the thought also is given by Swami. And I wanted to think about Swami when I die, but obviously I did not die, but I had that near-death experience. So for another 2 hours, honestly, I didn't think about my husband or my child. I was like, Swami, you were there and I was with you. I was with you. That was a very beautiful, blissful experience. Unfortunately, it was an accident, but it didn't seem like an accident to me. It was a beautiful experience very precious experience in my life. So then after that, after the accident, no fear. I have to go for C-section in the middle of the night. I just chant Sai Gayatri very loud in my car wherever I go. So I know that Swami is the driver. I'm just going along with him. Even in the hospital, so many times, like Swami's, when you hold upon Swami, everything just goes smooth. Coming to so this was in 2009, October, this accident happened. My intensity on faith and my craving to be with Swami was like increasing and increasing and increasing. As you all know that in 2010, February, earthquake happened in Haiti. So I was praying to Swami that, Swami, I really wanted to go and serve. Please allow me to do so. And I know that without your grace, I cannot participate in any of the service activities. I was praying intensely. That night, it was like within a couple of hours, 2-3 hours, Brother Hari sent me an email. Sister, we need a pediatrician to go. Is there any miracle can you join next week? That was like a telegram. So that's again the proof that Antharyami Sai, he listens to every thought of us. So can you change the slide, please? So I packed like almost 5 suitcases and things were moving very quickly. We can feel the divine hand working for this Haiti trip. I don't want to go into the details of the trip because that itself will take almost an hour during the trip. So I'm just going to highlight few really interesting or that's really heart touching for me, those incidences I'm going to narrate here. So this is the team. There are a couple of doctors from Haiti. They also joined us, and cardiologists from New Jersey, New York, and Connecticut. So many people from all over the United States. We just joined. 11 of us went there. We did service for almost for a week. We should. So I just wanted to narrate a couple of instances that happened in Haiti trip. One was it was a Thursday morning. So there was early in the morning, we usually start the camp around 8 o'clock. This was around 8:45 or so. One mother was running inside the camp with a 15-month-old baby with a seizure. She was crying and running inside, and I'm the only pediatrician. I was like, oh my God, Swami. So the instruction was any critical case, they have to be sent to the hospital, nearby hospital. So we don't have any emergency medications. But she's running inside. I was chanting Sai Gayatri, and I was, Swami, you have to come here to save this child right now. So we went inside, and I closed my eyes and put my hand on to check the heartbeat. The minute I chanted the Sai Gayatri and I opened my eyes, the child was like completely fine. The seizure completely stopped. Usually, if any of our medical personnel listening to this, we know after the seizure, the child usually sleeps very peacefully. It's called post-ictal phase. But this child did not have any of those, just woke up and then sat and she wanted to drink something. There was no fever or anything, so we couldn't explain why the seizure was. It was not a febrile seizure. So we don't know what the cause was, but the child was recovered immediately. So that was a wonderful experience for me to intensify my faith. We know that Swami is always, always with us, especially when we do the selfless service. He's always watching and be there. I wanted to narrate one other incident. Every day in a Haiti trip, like one child will come and kiss me. Again, it was towards the end of the day, almost 4 o'clock. I didn't get any kiss. I was like, Swami, are you happy with my work or no? The minute it is that my thought is going and one child is kissing here, it was amazing. Your thought and the action, it just coincides. So that is another proof for Swami that he's within all of us. And another incident was, so we were asked to write a report, medical report after the medical camp. I was writing the medical, so how many patients we saw. Another thing is like we saw almost 100 patients. The maximum was 124. So we decided not to send anyone back because they usually line up from 4 a.m. So we said that we will see whoever is there lined up. So we don't want to send anyone back without seeing. So 100 and 124, we don't know how the time was under control of Swami. So we were able to finish everything, write a prescription, detailed dietary advice, and everything was given. So Swami was completely under control. So I was writing about all those things. And then the final sentence was, thank you, Swami, for giving me this opportunity to serve the fellow human being. 1 second, my inner voice said, did you serve fellow human being? You saw Swami in everyone. Why do you write human being? Then I said, no, I don't want to be too spiritual. It's just, after all, a medical report. So I just wrote that it's thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve the fellow human being. I hand over the report, and guess what? I'm just coming back home. The next 3 flights. The third flight from Miami to Des Moines, I was reading Satyam Shivam Sundaram book in the flight, and all of a sudden, I'm hearing a very, very, very clear voice. What did you write in the medical report? I was just stunned. I was just crying in the flight. What did I write? I was telling Swami, I wrote fellow human being. And Swami asked, did you not see me in everyone you served? Where did you write fellow human being? I was like, I'm so sorry, Swami, I will change it. The minute I landed, then I called the team leader, Dr. Mahesh Goyal, the cardiologist. I told him that this is what happened in the flight. Brother, could you please change it to the divine being? So he changed the report from the fellow human being to divine being. So that very, very, very profound message, whether it's a medical service, whether we go for a soup service, no matter what service we do, or even day-to-day work, what we do, is the Swami within us is serving the Swami in that person. If we work in that consciousness, we could change the world. So that was a very profound message. And again, that is Antharyami Sai. And also one more incident with the Haiti trip was, Brother Mahesh Goyal, he went to see Swami before our trip. So he gave a letter to Swami that these are all the people we are going there, because Swami was physically there at that time. We are all going on this date and we are coming back on whatever date he gave. But the thing is, after the camp, the next team came 1 day before. So we thought, okay, it's okay. Then we can leave 1 day ahead of time so we can have one more extra day rest at home. So we had our own plans, and obviously we didn't realize that the word, whatever we are giving to Swami, that should happen. So we all came to the airport. We landed in Miami, and guess what? There was storm. It was not just in one place, storm throughout the nation. The whole team, 11 of us were stranded in Miami, and all of us reached home only the next day. Whatever day, we gave it to Swami. So that is another profound message. Our thought, word, and deed, everything should match. If we say something to Swami, just do it, do the same thing. We cannot change his plan. So we always had to go with his plan. So everything was a profound lesson for me as I'm learning. So the next slide, could you go to the next slide, please, brother? So, in the midst of distraction, so we did the service in the church in Haiti. So you could see the bags we carried. Almost one of the brother, he got 80 bags with the clothes and medical supplies and everything. Next slide, please. Yeah, this is, so this church was completely distracted. You can see the cross with the Jesus. So amongst distraction, God always remains safe. Next one, please. If you could see this picture of, this is the picture, they had it in the Haiti Sai Center. Swami's, if you watch Swami's hand, the picture was torn in the shape of Haiti, and as if it is like Swami's holding Haiti in his hand. Obviously he did. So many people came for, and still some of the projects are still going on in Haiti. There's a lot more going on in Haiti also. And we did Narayana Seva. And could you please go to the next slide? And This is a Narayana Seva. Before we go to the camp, we were all helping to pack 500 boxes of food to deliver. Next one, please. These are young adults from our team. They really connected with the young adults in Haiti. They come and have bhajans with us. Every day we had bhajan. Morning we start the day with the Ashtotram. And the food, we didn't have any electricity, water scarcity. We didn't have telephone. In spite of that, I think because of that, I should say, we were in complete bliss. The energy level was so high. We'll all sleep for 3-4 hours, but the energy level was, that shows that we are connected to the inner self. Our energy level is in completely different level too, and especially when we do the selfless service. That was an amazing experience. Next slide. Next slide, please. Yeah, these are all some of the pictures with the patients. And yeah, next one, please. Yep, keep going. So this is a church. We did the service. And my interpreter was, his name is Emmanuel. So that means a God with you. So he was my translator. Whatever he says, I feel like there was direct word from Swami. So I'm pretty sure Swami is within him. He's sitting with me to guide me what I'm supposed to do. For example, one incident I wanted to say, one mother came with a small baby and she was breastfeeding. So I was giving her advice that we should eat this, drink a lot of food, milk and this and that. I was giving her so much advice. And she started crying that, you know what, I don't have any food. I'll have probably one meal a day. So I was almost in tears. I was like, Swami, how can I help this? I'm just here for a week. How can I fix this? Without any delay, this Emmanuel, my interpreter, said, hey, you are here to help. Your job is to help what you can at this point, and God is there to take care of the rest of their needs. So that was a very profound message. Sometimes we think we can fix everything, but the service is more for my own purification. Whether am I able to see Swami in that particular person? Am I giving my 100% when I'm doing service? That was a very profound message. And as I'm like traveling internationally to different places, I see we are calling ourselves Sai devotee, but the lesson I learned was the whole entire universe is Sai center, the entire universe, because we call Swami as a universal mother. So entire universe is Sai center. And I have met so many amazing people serving selflessly. So I learned a lot, even whether they don't call themselves Sai devotee, but they call themselves in a different name. So I started seeing Swami with the different form. I started seeing with the different name. So that really sunk in with me. Hey, Swami is not, we cannot confine him to this form, to this name. We need to just broaden expansion. Swami says love is expansion. So that was amazing lessons as I go to different places. That was the lesson I learned. And this boy, he said, I have never seen Sai Baba, but I'm seeing Sai Baba through you. The service you're doing without any selfishness, and the compassion, the love I could feel from you. So that means how compassionate the Sai Baba will be. So he was in tears, and it's just a pure exchange of love the 1 week we were there. And finally he said, I have a precious thing. It's from my family, but I wanted to give it to you. And even though I refused, he said, he just put it on me, a necklace, very precious necklace. And my team leader said, just take it from him because it's a present from Swami. So I said, okay, so that person is Swami giving it to me so that was a very precious gift I got. Next slide, please. During the Haiti trip, it was not only just the medical camp. So our organization had arranged for, because they didn't have any water, so they arranged for a barrel of water to bring, and then they put the pipe so we can, I didn't put a lot of pictures because just because of the, don't want to like put everything in the YouTube. So that's why I just restricted my pictures. But even to take one bucket of water, they have to stand in the line for 2 hours to get some water. So we have to be very thankful. The day when I came back from Haiti, I was like, wow, thank you, Swami, for the pure air you're giving, the pure water I'm getting, to take a hot shower. That was a real blessing. So I started appreciating every single thing what we have in life. Sairam, next. Yeah, keep going, please. Yep. So this is the whole team. And coming to Swami's 85th birthday, so I was working in the General Hospital during that time, volunteering for 2 weeks during Swami's birthday. It was just heaven on earth. The whole celebration was amazing, amazing. So every day we had, because the hospital staff, the doctors were seated in the front, so I had very close darshan with the Swami. And on Swami's birthday, I was working in the casualty. So Swami was crossing through the hospital, then coming back after the music program. He was looking very tired at the end of the day, actually. So at the end of the day, when he was coming after the program, everybody was holding something in the general hospital to offer it to Swami. I did not know the procedure, what they do. That was the first time I'm working there. So I said, Swami, I don't have anything to offer you. Everybody has some chocolates, some flowers, and this and that. I was so disappointed. I didn't have anything. So one of the nurse, she just grabbed, doctor, please come. You stand with me. And I had the wonderful opportunity to do arati for Swami. And Swami just looked outside of the window and he just blessed like this. He was wearing the yellow robe and his hand was like 10 times bigger than my hand. The energy that flew, I just couldn't sleep the entire night. That was one of the amazing personal experience that happened in Puttaparthi. Next slide, please. So anyway, so as we all know that after 85th birthday, very few months, Swami's physical form was there. So as I am just kind of getting connected to the physical form, just 2 times I was so close with Swami. Before that, I'd never had the very close darshan of Swami. So when Swami had left this body, it was very devastating for me. I just couldn't take it well at all. It took a long time for me to come in consensus. Swami is just a cosmic form. We can see him. Even though I had this experience, still I couldn't just put it into practice though. When I go out, I can see Swami, but when he left the physical form, it was very hard. The hospital where I work, they pretty much know how much I love Swami. So after when I heard this, I went to Puttaparthi, and again I worked in the general hospital for 2 weeks just to be there. So I was there when the Samadhi was built and stuff like that. It was very heartbreaking, and I was going through terrible depression for almost 3 months. I felt that somebody is like pressing my heart. I just couldn't breathe. That much of a pain I was going through. I was praying, Swami, I just can't live like this. And all of a sudden, one night, Swami came in the dream. I literally see him waking up from the Samadhi. And I'm sitting by him in the Samadhi, and he was holding my hand. And he said, I'm always with you. I did not go anywhere. So I felt like I should share this with everyone, because sometimes we feel that we are missing that physical form, but we need to like see him wherever we go. He's just part of every atom we see and we breathe. So that was the message. And guess what? That 3-month pain, it just vanished in that second after the dream. And I just became back to my normal self. So that was it's a bittersweet experience, I should say. Yeah, next slide, please. So coming to the Des Moines Medical Camp. So now I'm going to just rush through some of the camps we do. So this is a Des Moines Medical Camp we do every year for the homeless and underserved people, actually. This happens in one of the church where we do our weekly food service. So we involve a lot of doctors in the community, and we also involve the public health, visiting nurse service system. So they all come together, and we give flu shot free, and we do blood tests like cholesterol, sugar, and everything, and ophthalmology service. dental, just screening we do, orthopedics, cardiology, all the services. And we also provide food like breakfast and lunch. It's an amazing experience to go through this. But the process we prepare for the medical camp, that is very transformational for my personal transformation. That really helped me. So every time when I see, I just, Swami, come with me. Let's go, let's go. This is what I usually say wherever I go in the car. One day I was going to Red Cross to give the flyer for the medical camp. I just wanted to inform that they can be a part of this medical camp. So the minute I parked in the parking lot, I had no idea why this thought came into my mind. Swami, I'm just telling you every time that I'm thinking and I'm feeling that you're always with me. Is it just an imagination, or are you really with me? I just simply asked this question and I got down from the car, and luckily there was no one in the parking lot. I was just flat on the floor. Then I realized that, oh my God, what am I thinking? Every breath is a gift. Every breath is a miracle. Without Swami, I cannot even take a step. So that was every single teaching that just reaffirms that Swami is within us. He's not separate anywhere else. He just lives within us. So every incident that reaffirms that the faith. You can go to the next slide, please. So this is, so I went to Kazakhstan. It's a part of the Russian medical camp. Dr. Upadhyaya, he does this, organizes that. So one time we had the opportunity to participate. So actually I had participated twice. This was in 2013. I just wanted to narrate one simple incident that happened. In one of the days in the camp, we usually go to different places every time. We travel almost an hour to hour and a half, and then we go to the remote places to do the service. And one day, an old man, he must be around 60. So he came with a boy around like 9-10 years old. So he was very sad, and he came and told me that my son has a heart murmur, and the doctors told me that he has to see the cardiologist. So myself and my wife, we both are old. We have only one child, and I don't know how long he's going to live. And every time we just go to sleep with a heavy heart that tomorrow morning will my son get up from my sleep. So he said, I'm just having heart attack every single day thinking about my child. And I said, okay, don't worry, we will do everything. And luckily we had the cardiologist in the camp as well that day. So I just examined him, but it was just a simple functional murmur. Normally, a lot of children, they have a functional murmur which has nothing to do with the structure of the heart, which is a very, very simple thing. So I explained to him, you don't have to worry about this at all. And we have a cardiologist also, will confirm the diagnosis, so don't worry. And he was holding my hands and, oh my God, you just gave life back to our child. And I said, I didn't do anything, but it's just a simple thing. So don't worry. And he was very happy to hear the news. The lesson is, I finished everything and I looked into this boy's shirt. There was so many letters written on this shirt. Whatever you're seeing in the picture, that was the only thing that's very profound in my eye. It said Sai. I think it was Sail or something like that, but this is what, so Swami says, hey, I am there in that person. So every service and everything we do is for our own transformation. Swami says, serve man until you see God in every person. So again, I see Swami in that boy again. Next slide, please. In the Kazakhstan, one more thing I wanted to, I don't have slides. I have slides, but I didn't put it in here. The place where we went for service was the town called Sairam. It was named 3,000 years ago, the name of Sairam. The town is called Sairam, the mountain is called Sairam, the river is called Sairam. It was amazing to be there. So I just wanted to mention about that camp. You can go to the next slide, please. So Philippines Medical Camp, this was in February 2014. So when the typhoon hit, so I had the opportunity, and myself and one more physician from Houston. So we were the only 2 available to go immediately. The thing is, I don't know how many of you are aware of the medical disaster relief internationally. Usually UNICEF and Red Cross, they all go immediately, like very immediate needs, they take care of it. And 90 days after that, everybody leaves just cold turkey. So that is when our Satya Sai organization enters and we take over until most of the things are resolved. In Philippines, I think our organization had an amazing, amazing job, and they built a school. There is a clinic to deliver, to conduct deliveries. So many amazing things that happened in Philippines also. But myself and the physician, we were the first batch to go. So we just have to do a lot of groundwork, and we were traveling to different places also. So we usually do in the school or wherever there is some place. We just set up the camp. Morning, we go set up the pharmacy, set up some table, essential stuff, and we start the camp. We usually see around 100 to 150 patients. Start at 7 or 8, we'll be done with the camp. So I just wanted to narrate some of the unique things that happened in Philippines also. The very first day in the camp, it was a long journey, almost more than 40 hours. And so we started the camp at 7, around 2 o'clock. I was like, I just couldn't open my eyes. But the line is so much. People, like another 100 people are waiting outside. I just can't even take a break for 10 minutes. So I had the Swami's picture, like Swami as a doctor. I always have a small picture on the table. I was telling Swami, you have to do something now. You just have to give me that energy so I can work further. So there was one girl, she came in with the red t-shirt and it was written love on that shirt. Usually when I see that love, I just remember love is my form, so Swami is there. I always think like that. I'm kind of crazy, but I truly believe that. So that girl came with the 2 of the other siblings. And I started seeing them. I didn't recognize that how much of the energy is I'm taking from that girl. I didn't realize that. So I finished seeing all 3 of them, and I had no idea where my sleepiness and tiredness, everything just vanished like anything. I felt like I'm just charged with 1,000 volts power. I just worked non-stop after that until 8 o'clock. So Swami he comes in subtle form. It is all up to us to recognize. So that is again the Antharyami who came in that girl's form. So that was an amazing experience. So everything just reiterates for me that his presence is there non-stop, constantly. And the next day, so again, we were traveling, and all of a sudden I got sick that night. I was having like continuous diarrhea. I was like, oh my God, Swami, I had to work tomorrow. What do I do? So these camps, sometimes we just put a shed in one place, and to use the restroom or anything, we have, the previous day, we had to go like 10, 15 minutes walk to find a building to go to use the restroom. So next day when we were driving to a different place for the camp, I was like, Swami, I'm sick today. I need a bathroom which is very close to me so I can just go use the restroom and then come and see the patients. I can't waste 10 minutes, like every 15, 20 minutes, I may go to the bathroom. So I closed my eyes and I thought, visualizing Swami and telling him, I need a bathroom within 10 feet from me. Then I need water and soap to wash my hands because I'm having diarrhea. In just a conversation, I just forgot about that. And then we reached there, we set up the camp and everything. And guess what? If you measure that, it will be exactly 10 feet from the place where my table is set up. And it was a Western toilet with soap and water, which is the luxury which we never get to have in any of these disaster area medical camps. So whatever we ask for, it is given. All we have to do is connect with the inner self, the Antharyami who's present in all of us. It's just a free Wi-Fi internet. He's there nonstop. So that was an amazing experience. And there are so many other things. Because of the lack of time, I just wanted to skip those things. You can go to the next slide, please. So this is an Ecuador medical camp. So just 2 physicians. And if anybody knows Brother Alex Grana, this is his dad. It's an amazing opportunity and blessed to work with him. Such a blessed soul, amazing. Due to lack of time, I'm just going to skip this also. Let's go to the next one, please. Okay, coming to, so I'm a pediatrician. I work in Fort Dodge, where there's so much of like crime and things like that. And it is an underserved area. A lot of my patients, they're single mom or patient, they're in prison, drug addiction, violence. There's so much in that community. So I've been working there for 12 years. So when I started working, so I felt that that is where Swami wanted to do the service. So what happened was, there are a couple of patient examples I wanted to narrate here. Within 3 months I joined this job. There was one patient just came with 3 children. So whenever I go to see the patients to the room, I will just, Swami, come. I'm going to see you and you are going to see the patient. You are the one who's seeing and the patient is also you. This is my prayer. Sometimes I don't have time to sit and pray, but it is a constant conversation I have that I consider that as my prayer. So when I entered the room, this lady said, "Why are you here?" I was like stunned. So, ma'am, I thought you know that you're going to see me. Yeah, I know that because my doctor is not here today, so I'm just going to see you. I know that in this place, like some of the international medical doctors, when they come, they just work for a few months and then they leave. I'm pretty sure she was frustrated with those things. So I know that it's not her fault. I don't know, whatever it is. I said, I internally was having conversation, Swami, you are sitting there in that form. Please help me to pass the test. So I was, then I started seeing the first child and she said, why are you laughing? And I don't want to tell everything. She was just constantly bombarding with abusive words. And with a smiling face, I just accepted because I know that I have to see through beyond that physical form, my Swami present in her. Then the third child, the second I finished, and the third one was like literally very sick on her lap. So we give the treatment and I gave a lot of samples and then I sent her out. Obviously, I didn't expect any thank you or nothing from that sort. So I came and told my receptionist, okay, I had problems. I just told them what happened. She was like, oh my God, Dr. Sankaran, why did you have to go through this? You could have called me. I could have kicked her out. We could have sent her to the ER or whatever. We could have called security. I said, no. I don't know what she's going through. She's here with the 3 children. Our job is to give love and care. That's all I did. But next time, make sure that whether she's okay seeing me or please don't make appointment, make sure that she's okay with that. She said, I don't think we should make appointment with you if she's not behaving well with you. Then I just forget about those things. And then I came to my office and then I looked at Swami's picture and said, Swami, I hope I passed the test. Then I forgot, and I just forgot about those incidents. Then 2 weeks later, the same lady called again and she said, I wanted appointment with the Dr. Sankaran. And they asked me, she's calling, she's wanted to come back again. I said, if she wanted to see, I was telling Swami, if you wanted to come back and yell at me, I'm ready. Then she came back and guess what? Every single word she said was thank you, and thank you. So I felt when we carry Swami's love, when we connect with our Swami and connect with that person's Swami, the transformation automatically happens. So that is the profound message I got. It may be a little rough, but it will happen. The transformation happens. So there are so many incidences that happened. And I don't know how many minutes I have.
Yeah, we should just get close to wrapping up.
Okay, so the wall of value, this is about, I took the EHP course, course 1. So I wanted to inculcate and spread that message of Swami to everyone. So the value education is very important. I felt That is the underlying cause for a lot of diseases we go through. And we all know what is going around in the society. There's so many instability. So I started doing that indirectly, talking to the children about the values and things like that. So I encourage children to write about like, what is love means? What is peace to you? What is respect? What is right action? Just explain to them to their level to take responsibility for their own health. So my children wrote so many amazing essays. They wrote about the values. So this is one way of spreading values to the society. I felt it's very, very powerful. And also we had recently, we conducted EHV introductory course workshop for the healthcare professionals. So I introduced this to my hospital staff, the public health nurses, social workers, the psychologists in 2 counties, one in Fort Dodge and one in Des Moines where I live. So those are the people, they just go to the field and they work with the underserved or really the population, those really in need of all these, to create awareness and raise the consciousness of the population, which is the need of this moment, I felt. So of course, I didn't do anything. It's all Swami materializing all these. He gives the idea and he materializes and things happens. So I think I will wrap up here. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity to talk about these experiences. And I really relived those moments. Thank you, Swami, and thank you, Brother Greg, and all the officers and all the brothers who helped me to put this program together. Thank you so much. Jai Sai Ram.